Have you ever borrowed a toy from your friend? Ever wondered what it would be like if you didn't return it? Now imagine this. You borrow a shiny red toy car from your best buddy. You promise to give it back after a week. This toy car is like debt. It's something you have for a while, but it's not yours to keep forever. You need to return it. Just like when you borrow a toy, sometimes people borrow money. It could be from a bank or even from a friend. And just like the toy car, you have to give back the money you borrowed. But here's the twist. Sometimes you also have to give a little extra, like a thank you treat. And how do you get rid of this debt? You save up your money, and little by little, you pay back what you borrowed, piece by piece until every penny is returned. So borrowing a toy from your friend and promising to return it is quite similar to debt. Interesting, isn't it? Now imagine you borrowed not one, but 2 toys. What would you have to do then? Well, you would need to return both toys, right? This is a simple way to think about repaying debt. When you borrow something, whether it's toys or money, the expectation is that you give it back. If you borrow 2 toys, you return 2 toys. If you borrow $10, you return $10. But sometimes you might need to give back a little more than what you borrowed. Think of it as a thank you for letting you borrow in the first place. In the grown-up world, this extra bit is often called interest. So if you borrow money, you pay back the amount you borrowed plus a little extra. Just like returning those 2 toys, if you borrow money, you need to return it, sometimes with a little extra. That's how you repay debt. So what have we learned today? Let's recap. Imagine you borrowed a toy from your friend with a promise to give it back. That toy represents debt. It's something you have but need to return, just like money you might borrow from a bank or a friend. Now, when it comes to returning that toy, or in real terms repaying the debt, it's not always possible to do it all at once. Just like you might return a set of building blocks one piece at a time, you also repay your debt gradually, bit by bit. You do this by saving your money and using a part of it to pay back what you borrowed. Every time you save and pay back a little, you're like a child returning a toy piece by piece, until eventually, you've returned everything you borrowed. Remember, to get rid of debt, you save your money and slowly pay back what you borrowed, piece by piece, until it's all returned. Just like returning the toys you borrowed from your friend.